Hello, Melanin Monarchy citizens. This is your Monarch Monique here at another live entertainment event. This time, you guys, we are at, for the very first time, at UCSD, University of California, San Diego, at the Epstein Amphitheater. You guys, and not only is it the first time for your Monarch being at this particular venue, I am going to see for the very first time one of my all-time favorites, and that's Miss Meshell Ndegeocello. Here's a little backstory about your Monarch. Some of you guys may know that I went to the University of Michigan back, because I'm from Detroit, graduated from there. Then I moved for a little bit, for about a year, I moved to New York. Now there were two CDs that I would play consistently, constantly while I was living in Brooklyn. And the first one is Jamiroquai's Traveling Without Moving, and the second one is Peace Beyond Passion by Miss Meshell Ndegeocello. Now, you guys, she has completed about 14 studio albums, and today she is continuing. She's been touring since 2024, I believe, and she's going to be doing a lot of music from her latest album, and I believe that's called No More Water, you guys. And so she got inspired by Mr. James Baldwin, who you guys know is a famous, prolific black writer. And so we are excited about this particular event. I'm excited about seeing Miss Meshell do her thing. I know she used to be named Michelle Johnson, but now she Meshell. You know how we like to do it. We like to add a little spice, a little seasoning to our names, especially as artists and as creatives. So I'm here to see her band, to see all the people that's with her, that's supporting her, and I am excited about what she's going to bring today. Not only are we going to be talking about this particular live event, but we're also going to be looking at this amphitheater, the Epstein Amphitheater. We're going to look and see how they do as an amphitheater here in San Diego, and how they roll out the red carpet for the artist guests. You guys, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go ahead and have a seat, and I can't wait to tell you all about this particular live entertainment event. Like I said, we're continuing with our music therapy, so I will see you afterwards. Doodle bit.
Stretch my arms out to say, part of me is a man upstairs, right behind the problems I hide, right by my desire. I'm surprised every sunrise the earth would have me back. Surprised my knees hold me up, and it's not all gone right. And I'm sure by nightfall I will burn up all my hair. Those stones, you gotta keep it clean. You gotta keep it clear. Even in silence, I will not fear. I had to fly myself just to make my way back. Be not a tyrant, be not the spirit, just be the water. Thank you, please take control. I just wanna
was an interesting show. I came up with a new term, a new phrase for shows like this. So this was a performance that was very much in name only. In name only. But before I get into the actual Meshell and Ndegeocello performance here at the Epstein Amphitheater in San Diego at UCSD, I want to talk a little bit about Meshell, because there are some things that I missed in my opener, and that's, I didn't realize how much her music has been, how much her music are in films, especially films back in the 90s and early 2000s, but even continuing on, how many times films that I love that has, you know, featured some of her music. And one of my favorite films, which is Something New, one of her songs was in that song. So I wanted in that movie. And so I just wanted to say that she's been around for a long time, and I just love her music. And I love the fact that other art appreciate her music as well, and her music is featured in films. And so I love that. And I wanted to share that first. So let's get into tonight. So tonight she had an opener, her DJ that was there. So the temperature was wild. If you look at my CAST system, my CAST, connectivity, aesthetics, sound, and temperature, the temperature was high, extremely high. I have never seen as many black women with their natural hair out, with their 4C hair. I mean, we had cornrows, we had locks, we had puffs, we had all types of afros, we had all types of short haircuts, bald, whatever. Tons of black, sophisticated, educated women with their 4C hair out. Love it. Love that. And they were definitely Meshell fans. So I love that the temperature was high. Sound, Meshell, her voice is just amazing. She speaks and it's just like a songbird. It's just like, my God, perfection. Love her voice. Aesthetics, you know, she's very laid back. And you know what? She's very short. You guys, she's tiny. She's really, really short. And as far as the connectivity, she spoke to the crowd. She didn't get into the crowd. She didn't touch the crowd. You guys know how I feel about connectivity. You got to touch the crowd. You got to not be afraid. You got to get out there. So let's go into why I say this particular performance was in name only, because there was the rest of her band. So she had these two very talented gentlemen, Jake and Abe, and then Mr. Justin Hicks, and then Mr. Chris Burke, I believe, that performed on her No More Water, James Baldwin album. But it was more them than her. So she was very much in the background. Even when she was in the front, she was really in the background. So here's what I believe. This is just your Monarch's interpretation of tonight. Tonight was, I was offered this gig by UCSD. They're going to pay me. They're going to pay me to come out. They're going to pay me to sing. They're going to pay, you know, for my hotel, all of my expenses. This is a great opportunity for me to showcase younger musicians who don't have, who are not out there the way I am. So this is a great time for me to pump up and put in the forefront some of my friends, some of the musicians that I know. And that's what she did. So there was no Meshell merch. There was no Peace Beyond Passion. I was a little, you know. There was no really a lot of her music. It was a lot of Justin Hicks. It was a lot of the young men, Abe and Jake. There was a lot of them, not Meshell. So she took this opportunity to showcase other musicians versus herself. That can hinder you, and then that can also work for you. I don't really think she cares. I think that she knew exactly what she was doing with tonight's show. She wasn't really, she gambled on, am I going to upset any of my fans? I won't say that she didn't care. I think she just gambled, and she said, my fans are going to be my fans. They're going to rock with me anyway, but I'm just going to, you know, do this show. This is my interpretation, you guys. This is me as an audience member. This was my interpretation. So it was a very sedated performance. It was very hypnotic. it didn't get the crowd going the way that I thought. It just wasn't what I imagined. It just wasn't what I kind of thought. There were some people that were in the audience with me that were like, dang, she didn't sing my song. That happens often when performers don't sing your favorite song. That's not a big deal. But there was none of her hits. She didn't sing not one of her hits at all. And so I really do think that she never intended to. I don't think she meant to do very much. She came out, she kind of spoke about, hey, you know, I'm gonna just sing some songs, and then I'm gonna get into some Baldwin, and then she kind of did that, but we really didn't understand what she meant. We still kind of thought, even to the end, even in our encore, we still kind of thought, yeah, she's gonna do one of her hits. She's definitely. She didn't even sing for the encore. She didn't. One of her band members sing. So I have suggestions, and I'm gonna contact, you know, management on what my suggestions are when the artist is gonna do things like that. But again, disappointing, and it's not to say that I won't see Meshell again. Definitely will. This performance was not a Meshell performance. This was these other artists featuring Meshell. Ndegeocello. That's what it was. It was these other artists featuring her. This was not her show. This was definitely not her show. And so some people may construe it as being duped. Some people are too nice to say anything, and they're just like, oh wow, these other guys are great and these other people are great. And, you know, no. This was billed as a Meshell Ndegeocello show, and it was not. That's not what it was. So for all the fans out there, people who want to go see her, definitely go see her, because the girl is bad. She's bad on the bass, singing, whatever. She's bad. When she was actually playing, she's amazing. But this wasn't the show that I thought that I would see. So I'm very excited for the next time that I get to go see her. All right, you guys, this is your Monarch here in the middle of campus. I had to go to a place where there was a lot of lighting, good lighting for dark-skinned people, which they did not have on stage. They didn't even, there was no graphics. There was no, because she's tiny, she's short, she's height challenged, camera would have been nice. It was just very minimal. It was a minimalist performance. But it would have worked if there was a camera there that could zoom in on her or any of the other artists that were singing. Now, I said that I was going to talk a little bit about the particular amphitheater. I need to come back because I really can't gauge this amphitheater from this particular show. So I think that it would be a disservice for me to review the Epstein Amphitheater on this particular show. So the next time I come back, I'll do a better review of the Epstein Amphitheater and kind of give a little bit more. I'm going to give it another show before I give a review of the actual venue. Again, I'm here watching these kids come out of class or wherever they're coming from maybe even from the trolley here in San Diego, because I needed some very good lighting because I'm melanated, heavily melanated. But this is the Meshell Ndegeocello show here at the Epstein Amphitheater, UCSD. For those of you guys who watch me and you guys say she talked too much or you talk too much, I'm a reviewer. I'm supposed to talk. You guys, I'm supposed to talk. If you want to watch a video of the whole concert, go on YouTube and watch the video of the whole concert. That's not the purpose of Melanin Monarchy. Not the purpose of a Melanin Monarchy review. All right, you guys, I'll see you later at the next live entertainment event. Toodle pip.